approve the entirety of your request. So, logic tells us na if you can live without the 150 million pesos in confidential fund, then maybe we can give that amount to these three programs na which are sorely lacking in funds, di ba? 150 million pesos at 2.5 million pesos per classroom would be actually contribute 60 classrooms. Not bad. Ano yung Yusek Bawa? Not bad.
Your Honor, as the Vice President always says, no, we defer. The DepEd also defers to the wisdom of Congress pagdating po sa larangan ng ating confidential funds. But the reason why we made the request was because, syempre po, with our mandate of providing accessible, equitable, quality basic education. Kasama po doon yung pag-provide din natin ng safe and enabling environment. And really the threats nowadays, whether it be recruitment or drug-related activities, it's quite alarming in our schools. And that's why we requested for the confidential funds para naman po makatulong tayo sa prevention. Of course, in coordination rin, lalong-lalo sa response with law enforcement agencies pagdating po sa response sa mga ganyan. But these really happen. If I may just very quickly, the numbers, for example, for recruitment, 12.3% of the those who surrendered 2016 to 2020 were minors, 12 to 17 years old. In fact, we have information that 16 schools just within Metro Manila are involved in recruitment activities. These are public high schools po. We also have information that for drug-related, for example, 5,358 minors were involved. And just July 2022 to July 2023, 871 minors were rescued. Ito po yung mga talagang mga threats that are present in our schools that affect our learners, our teachers, non-teaching personnel. Kaya po tayo nagmungkahi ng confidential funds, Your Honors.
Can you just give this representation the source of your figures? Who gave you those figures?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sige, para lang ma-note namin.
Opo. As for the recruitment po, yung ating 12.3% na sinasabi kanina na minors na nag-surrender, that is from the East Mindanao Command. Yung pong nasasabi nating public high schools in Metro Manila, galing po siya sa NICA. Yun pong namang criminal activities, specifically drugs, ay galing sa PDEA. Meron din tayong gangsterism, which is a DepEd, DepEd info, which is 6,000 incidents of school violence reported per year. There's also reports of sexual exploitation that we are working now with, and we are working now with Council for the Welfare of Children, Your Honor.
Sige po. Basta for the longest time, ang DepEd wala namang confidential funds, and then yung mga some of those problems there, matagal na rin pong existing yun. I'm sure there is a mechanism to address them, not only within DepEd, but involving other agencies already funded by the government. Anyway, that's my point, Mr. President. Ngayon, Madam Chair, now let me go to the 2.4 billion Dell laptop purchase case. I think the Ombudsman already acted on this and preventively suspended some of DepEd's personnel and some sa PSDBM siguro yung iba doon. But what lesson have we learned from this contract or transaction or incident so that it will not be repeated anymore in the future?
Madam Chair, Your Honor, Yusek Romero of the Legal Strand will answer the question.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. In response to the query of the good senator, among others, the Department of Education already conducts the procurement of our DepEd computerization program in-house, Your Honor. In the case cited by the good senator, the procurement therein was delegated to the PSDBM. Among others, if I may continue, the department, through the Vice President, issued Department Order Number 1 earlier this year, by which a specific procurement strand was created Prior to said issuance, procurement was undertaken by the administration strand, Your Honor. So this was seen as a failure to focus on the requirements of the department in its procurement activities. So with that, we now have a specific and dedicated procurement strand headed by Undersecretary Chan. And for this reason, said strand is able to focus on the procurement reforms required within the department. Thank you, Your Honor.
But DepEd will still avail of some of the services of PSDBM?
I believe so, Your Honor, for the reason that PSDBM is mandated as the central procuring entity for common use supplies and equipment. Until the law on that changes, Your Honor, we will continue to get our regular CSEs from bond paper, pens, and other regular items needed for the conduct of daily operations of all government agencies. However, while the procurement law has provisions on the engagement of procurement agents, whereby a procuring entity unable to conduct the procurement internally may do so by engaging the PSDBM. Current policy of the department is to refrain from doing procurement through procurement agents, and we are doing so everything internally. I believe there are also proposals to increase the number of our bids and awards committees so that we are able to undertake all procurement requirements by the central offices internally, as well as
that would be the direction now of the department as much as possible.
Madam Chair, yes, Your Honor, there is a USEC for procurement. Do you agree with the USEC for the legal strand? USEC Chan.
Legal ba si,
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
Okay, so USEC Chan is for our procurement strand. Sige.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the direction now of the DepEd to as much as possible procure all of your needs, including the daily supplies needs?
For daily supplies, we follow the procurement with the PSDBM
Still, okay,
since
sige
it is a CSE. But for non-comm use supplies, as mentioned by USEC Omar, it will be done by the DepEd itself.
Yes, okay. So, tama naman po yan para kasi ang nangyari dito, andito nga yung expert sa tabi ko eh. Ito yung siya may alam ng lahat dito po. Our chair of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, alam niya lahat ito. Ang nakuha ng DepEd is laptops which you did not even need or request because iba yung specs na dumating sa inyo. So ang question ko to our Vice President, who is now the Secretary of the Department of Education, are we interested in recovering the amount that we have paid for this, for the laptops which were not compliant with the basic specifications even requested by the agency? Madam Secretary.
Madam Chair, Your Honor, we will discuss this with the Office of the Solicitor General, who will be the lawyer for any case filed by the Department of Education. Thank you.
Pabulin natin. Ano pong feedback natin sa mga recipients na binigyan natin? Ginagamit ba nila o hindi ginagamit dahil kahit gusto gamitin, hindi naman kaya nung capacity yung dapat paggamitan?
Field. USEC Escobedo will answer the question.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Yung laptops na binili from the DBMPS, most of them have complaints about yung speed of the laptop. So, yung iba ginagamit and yung marami hindi na magamit.
Yung gumagamit reklamo pa rin kasi nga hindi nga up to specs eh. So anyway, I just want the Secretary, our Vice President, to hear my theory or my position that the entire contract was void because what you ordered minimum specs eh. What was delivered was even below the minimum specifications that you ordered. So that's really a void contract. And kung void, the legal implication is magsauli yan. Balik. But these are, in my opinion, these are two independent actions. Magsauli yan ng laptop, pero magsaulihan din ng pera. And we should be able to require the supplier to return the amount that we have paid for the laptops. And then, best effort naman tayo, soli na rin yung nakuha natin for the amount because it's really not up to specs. And what's the point in spelling out minimum specifications or minimum requirements and then accept delivery below the minimum? Madam.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, before the Vice President answer, perhaps the good minority leader should give deference to whatever the Ombudsman is trying to investigate right now, and moving forward to perhaps what the Sandigan Bayan. Otherwise, we will be jumping the gun on any decision that would be forthcoming. So, Madam Chair, with all due respect to the question of the minority leader, perhaps we should not jump the gun on whatever will be coming out in the proceedings from the Ombudsman.
Well, Madam Chair, the Secretary was ready to answer. And then the Ombudsman and Sandigan Bayan cases would be on the criminal liabilities of these people. Are they going to jail or not? Ang tanong ko lang, what is the position of the department on this particular issue, Madam Chair?
Yes, Madam Chair, Your Honor, yes, we take note of the advice of the Honorable Senator Pimentel with regard to the cases, and we are fully cooperating with the investigations of the Ombudsman and the COA because we requested a fraud audit last year when we learned of the problems with the laptops. We are also closely coordinating with the Commission on Audit with regard to the fraud audit.
Basta isang naalala ko lang dun sa insidente na ito kasama sa consortium na nagbid dahil magsusupply ng laptop is a construction company. I mean, does that even sound logical, Madam Chair? Anyway, that's not a question. Ano lang po yun, observation. The COA also pointed out some unauthorized bank accounts. Is this correct? Is there a COA finding like this, 362 million pesos? Can we get more information on why they existed in the first place, and then where did the amounts or the money come from? What were they supposed to be for?
Madam Chair, Your Honor, Yusek Powa will answer the question.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Your Honor, as to the question on the alleged unauthorized bank accounts, we just looked into this, no? And we were told that these unauthorized accounts were initially tagged unauthorized kasi hindi makita ng COA yung legal basis for the existence of those accounts. Since during the audit, pinakitaan na po sila ng aming finance team ng either MOA or deeds of donation o kung anumang dokumento that bears the reason para dun sa mga accounts na yun. These are actually dormant accounts na karamihan, and we are now in the process of closing down those accounts, Your Honor. So we are just reconciling now. We will be happy to also furnish the committee with a more detailed report on these accounts before the plenary, Your Honor, para mas maintindihan din po natin.
Tsaka para hindi na rin namin itanong dun kasi na-explain na pala.
Yes, Your Honor.
So around 362 million pesos, and then na-dormant pa, tapos bubuhayin natin yung account, then surrender natin sa treasury yung halaga. Is that the overall plan?
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
Saan ngayon galing ito?
Iba-iba daw pong may mga MOA daw kasi yung mga previous administrations with several entities, whether it be a partnership na may nagdo-donate, kasi usual naman po talaga may nagdo-donate sa DepEd. So we are now identifying all those, and we will submit a detailed report before the plenary para po hindi na to maging issue sa atin.
Sige po, opo.
Thank you po.
Meron din pong issue, tama po ba to na deductions have been made already from the salaries of our teachers to represent GSIS premiums and payments to GSIS loans, and yet the department did not or failed to remit the amounts deducted from the teacher salaries to the GSIS. Is this also correct?
Madam Chair, Your Honor, Yusek Powa will answer the question.
Madam Chair, Your Honor, yes, usual po na nangyayari yan. That's why ang ginagawa po namin ngayon, I came from the GSIS actually prior to joining DepEd. Marami po talagang agencies na nahihirapan mag-remit, whether it be siguro hindi po nagmamatch yung sistema ng agency sa sistema ng GSIS. So right now, we have been having monthly meetings with GSIS. There's an ongoing reconciliation with the premiums as well as the loan remittances para po ma-clean out natin. Minsan po kasi nagre-remit si agency pero sa GSIS wala pa po yung pangalan ng mismong miyembro na yon. So nalalaglag, nagkakaroon ng mga clarificatory items. So right now, Your Honor, we are in the process of reconciliation with the GSIS. We do it regularly. So we hope to reduce, if not eradicate the amounts for reconciliation, Your Honor.
Because the amount which was given to me is 4.4 billion pesos. So marami-rami pong apektado rito. How many people po ito?
Opo, I do not have the information
Must be in the
Pero marami
tens of
po.
thousands?
Yes,
and
marami po. In
hundreds of thousands?
Yes, I cannot give you a ballpark right now, Your Honor, but in fact, I remember when I was in GSIS, there was also a MOA with DepEd for payment of yung mga nauna na, no, from the 1990s. So sa ngayon, pinagpapatuloy lang namin yung reconciliation noon para malaman kung totoo bang hindi na-remit or na-remit pero nagkaroon lang ng problema in both agencies kaya nalaglag yung bayad but the money is floating somewhere within the GSIS account. So yan po ay inaayos na po natin sa ngayon, Your Honor.
No, but I'm worried, Madam Secretary, Madam Vice President, kung sabi ni Yusek Powa, since the 1990s. So, this is a 20 to 30-year-old occurrence or problems, and we have not been able to solve it. Is this a software problem? Is this a reporting problem? Is this a hardware problem? Or is this a syndicate problem? 30 years na po, hindi natin alam anong punot dulo.
Your Honor, if I may just, Madam Chair, Your Honor, if I may just clarify. So yung kinukwento ko po kanina was when I was in GSIS, meron pa kasing mga utang yung DepEd sa GSIS noon. So there was a MOA, a tripartite with DBM, GSIS, and DepEd kung saan binayaran na po ng DBM yung mga remittances that time. Ngayon going forward, kaya po may ganyan pa rin tayong 4.4 billion. It's another case, pero it seems to be a system problem. For example, pagdating sa remittances, may mga timing difference yan. Nakapag-remit na po yung DepEd ng remittance for a certain employee, pero since bago yung employee, wala pa sa system ng GSIS, so nalalaglag yung payment. This is something that GSIS and both GSIS and DepEd are aware of, and we're trying to already, that's why we have these alignment meetings monthly para makita saan
And you have been aware of this since what year? Sige nga, pakisabi po. DepEd and GSIS have been aware of this problem since blank year. Anong year? Tell me.
Your Honor, I apologize, but I cannot say for sure. But at least on this administration's part, when we entered in July, we started having meetings with the GSIS.
And are you sure, Yusek Powa, that only the new hires are affected?
We are currently checking that right now, Your Honor, and we are making it, titingnan natin kung
Wala
sino
kayong
yung...
feedback? As of now, hanggang ngayon, wala kayong feedback? Sino apektado dito sa mga glitches na ito? Or let's say, just call them glitches para walang bad faith involved. Let's say glitches. System glitches.
Yes po, meron po tayong feedback.
You cannot say na only the new hires kasi may sinabi ka kanina mga bago eh. Kaya nami-mislead din po ako eh.
Opo. Definitely hindi lang po to limited sa new hires, Your Honor.
Anyway, yung mga computerization sometimes naging naging hindi rin nakatulong eh. Well, at any rate, at least we're aware, no? At least, yeah, and we thank COA for bringing this to our attention. And how about this 10.1 billion unliquidated cash advances. Is that also in a COA report?
Yes, Your Honor. Yung 10 billion pertain to cash advances mostly sa ating regional offices. As reported by the regional offices and division offices, itong 10 billion was attributable doon sa mga advances na ginawa for the service recognition incentive. Liquidation lang naman yung kailangan po dito. As of today, nababa na po yung 10 billion to 4 billion and ongoing pa rin po yung pagliliquidate. We hope to be able to resolve the issue as soon as possible, Your Honor.
So 10, okay, you're able, so mabilis yun, ha? I mean, that's, because this is a recent COA report, eh. So 10 billion dun sa report.
Yes po.
Now, you're telling us, as of this very date, running
billion.
balance ng unliquidated cash advances would be 4 billion, in the vicinity of 4 billion.
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So there's a big chance baka maayos nyo nga po ito. With the permission of our chairperson, ano lang po, may konti na lang po akong yung mga nag-spike po na budgets, tatanungin ko lang po, school-based feeding program, from 5.6 billion this year, tama po ba yun, to an 11.7 billion in the 2024 NEP, possibly also in the GAA. Why this more than 100% increase? I will answer, Madam Secretary.
Yes, Madam Chair, Your Honor, I directed USEC POA and the finance cluster or finance strand of the Department of Education to increase the budget in the school-based feeding program. USEC POA will answer the question.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Your Honor. Yung reason po ng spike natin from 5.6 to 11.7 is basically to extend po yung feeding days natin from the current 120 to 220 days. Nakikita po kasi natin na from the 120 days, there's a tendency na bumalik yung mga bata to being wasted or severely wasted. So, in-extend lang po natin siya.
Same coverage.
Yes, Your Honor, 1.6 million learners approximately.
Just for the record,